I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today I'm going to talk about whether or not Generation X can make a difference. And I'm pretty firmly believe that we can. Not only that can we, but we already have. In this last election, we made a big difference, and it was only a small number of us, comparatively. I mean, it was a big turnout, but as a whole, it wasn't like a large percentage of Gen X jumped out and did something. It was a small percentage of us, but a big number of increase, over the last election and previous elections. Uh, we can do a lot more, and I believe that the thing that sets us apart, the whole almost love affair we have with the post-apocalyptic fantasy, the that whole vibe from the 70s and 80s, the apocalypse, the nihilistic kind of idea, vision, that kind of took us out of the political system. It made us believe that nothing we do mattered, that and it was all bullshit, and we needed to, for our own peace of mind, to just stay the hell out of it. And in a sense, that was okay. I mean, there wasn't much that we could have done. I mean, if you look back throughout the years, they've just had two slime bags to choose from, and that was it. Both people that they ran, one Democrat and one Republican, they were both just corporate shills or lifelong politicians, hacks, just working for the system, the political system, just part of the machine. You're picking, one lever over the other lever or one gear over another gear. It just, so either choice didn't really matter. And then Trump came along and yanked back the curtain and exposed part of the machine. The biggest thing he exposed was the lying media. I mean, anyone paying attention just had to see that what their lies, the lies they said about him. If any of y'all were watching and paying attention, the whole thing with the bloodbath, where he said the thing about the bloodbath and the auto industry, and that's a business term, a bloodbath, and the media picked up on that, took it out of context, and just lied and said that he was calling for a civil war, an actual blood to be shed, and it was just a blatant, horrifying, horrible lie. And they said it with a straight face, and they've done it time and time again to the man. It's just unbelievable. So him yanking back that curtain and exposing the legacy media for what is just such a huge thing that he has done, and that's going to have long term effects into the future. That legacy media is dead, and good riddance. They've been lying to us for decades. Decades they've been doing it, and it's just now been exposed in the last decade. So good riddance. But that lying media and the whole corrupt system has kind of kept us out of the fray, because there was no point in doing anything about it. You're picking one snake over the other snake. What's the point? But now that Trump has arrived, I believe there is a point. And although I do reserve my Gen X right to be skeptical and cynical, I just find myself, I have to have faith in the man, because we got to have faith in somebody. If not him, then Biden and Harris, and that uh, that pit of vipers is just gonna run us off a cliff of socialism and gender study, whatever, all this weird shit that's going on, this left woke shit. So might as well follow Trump and see what happens, right? Um, but if he's legit 100%, which I have a feeling that he is, I'm not gonna hold my breath, but I've got a good feeling about him. He's got my vote. if he is legit, then this is the time to stand. This is the time to fight. We're never going to get another chance. In another 20, 30 years, we're going to start being too old to do anything. And we're going to start dying off. And we're going to leave it to the youngsters. Whatever we have here, we're going to leave to the youngsters. What are we going to leave them? Are we going to leave them a strong civilization with good morals and good values and good economy? Or are we going to leave them some kind of socialistic nightmare dystopian future? And it's completely up to us. And we can make a difference. We can make a big difference. We just need to turn out in even bigger numbers in 2028. That's all it's going to take. And from now until then, we need to pay attention and try to get good people in the midterm elections and in our elections closer to home, state and city and county. We need to get good people in there. So it's going to take a little bit of research, a little bit of effort on our parts, which we're not used to. I get it. We're not used to that. I turned my back on the whole mess a long time ago and didn't vote for decades. Didn't give a shit, didn't care. I just washed my hands of it. And so I get it. I'm not faulting anybody. If you still want to keep your hands clean and sit on the sideline, I can't fault you for it. But I have to say that this is the time. We're being called. And if you do care, if you do want to leave a better future for the children, if you do want to preserve the culture, our culture and our freedom for our descendants, then it's time, because we can't let the snakes back in there. You don't go in and chase a fox out of your chicken coop and then walk back inside and leave the door open, the chicken coop door open. You don't. You got to stay, keep your eyes on the coop, make sure the fox doesn't get back in there, or you're going to lose all your chickens. It's that simple. And if I have my way, the headline of 2028 will be Gen X takes revenge for a lifetime of murder, theft, and tyranny. We've gone overseas and bled in the sand for their wars in the name of democracy. Not one of those countries over there have a good democratic government now. Not one of them. We haven't done shit for democracy. So where's this democracy that we keep dying for, that they keep sending us over, that they keep sending our billions of dollars of tax money over there for? Where's all this democracy? The world should be covered in democracy as much as we bled and spent for democracy. I don't see it. I don't see all the returns on all this money and blood. All I see are more terrorists out there and more people out there hating America. Why do they hate America so much if we're going over there and blessing them with democracy? And freedom and all this wonderful, great stuff we're taking over there. Why do they hate us so much? Why do they want to blow us up? Why do they want to destroy Western civilization? It's a fair question. We spent trillions of dollars, literally trillions of dollars, and countless lives to give them democracy, but they don't have it. Too bad, so sad. Oh well, right? It's time for that shit to stop. Now, it's time now is the time for that shit to stop. This exposed media now, this hypocritic, lying media, they're just the face of it. Just the part we can see. Behind them is another layer of snakes and scumbags. And behind them is another and another. And each layer gets richer and more powerful, controlling more wealth, sucking more from the poor, and it's a pyramid. It's a pyramid. And just like a pyramid, the strength is on the bottom where the masses are, the foundation of the pyramid. You take that away, the whole thing collapses. It all collapses. The media, the banks, the governments, the everything, they all depend on us. Without us, they ain't shit. They don't amount to shit. They don't produce shit. They don't do anything. They don't produce goods. They don't produce food. They don't do anything. They don't heal. Nothing. They do nothing except create laws and regulations to take our freedoms. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, I'll leave that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can click on that super thanks button down there, or you can go over to buy me a cup of coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you're interested in Gen X gear, you can head over to Redbubble and check out what we have over there, Gen X and Gen X Thanks branded stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Hoodies, t-shirts, coffee mug stickers, that kind of stuff. And I'll put that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.